Hi, welcome to Third Eye Thursday here at Vision Quest Metaphysical Bookstore. As you can see, it's going to be a little bit different tonight. I am here by myself, but we'll still make it fun. And I'm going to thank you guys for sticking with me tonight through this. It's going to be interesting. We're going to have a good time though. So, like I said, I am alone tonight. Our readers, they have busy lives, man. We can't keep always taking them and having them here with us, so it's just me. So to start us off tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be telling you guys about what is going on in the month of May and in June, because we actually have our newsletter out, and I have it folded out so that I can actually see what the heck's going on. See, I came prepared this week. Yeah, I wasn't just going to be like, I don't know what's going on. So if you don't know, here's our newsletter. Like I said, I'm looking at things because I can't always remember. I don't know why we have me doing all this, because I can't. It happens. We all have those days, right? And I will be pulling some cards for people. I do read with the tarot. My favorite deck is the Thoth deck. I'm only going to be doing the major arcana though, because I'm just going to pull a card. Not do a full-blown reading. So, if you guys are wanting a card or anything pulled for you guys, I will be doing that at some point tonight. So the next 2 months we have coming up, we have a lot of new things, new classes. We've been getting a lot of new product in at the store. Yeah, I'm going to talk about my class first because it's a little close to my heart. But we've been getting herbs in, and a lot of magical herbs in, and it's something we wanted to really kind of beef up here at the store because we didn't have as many herbs. We have a lot of incense and a lot of oils, and that's really cool and all that. But when you're really wanting to do ritual work or anything like that, we didn't have some of those tools. So now we do. We've been building up that arsenal, getting those out. I've been working with a couple other people here at the store to create some blends that are specific to Vision Quest as people that work with herbs in a magical sense. So it is just me today. Yes, it is just me. So we're gonna have fun though. So yeah, we have gotten, I believe, about 30 herbs in recently. We are making some blends to have so that if you guys, don't want to go through the work of buying like 6 or 7 different herbs, we will have already created that for you. And I'll be teaching a class on that. I should know the date of my own class, shouldn't I? Date, time, all that. I should know that. I don't. But I'll be teaching that. Again, I looked down. On May 18th, it's a Friday night, I'll be teaching that here and just going over different ways to mix them and everything. And different ways you can use your herbs in your rituals. So if you're going to do candles or sachets or anything like that. Some of our other fun new classes we have coming up, I kind of briefly mentioned them last week, but I didn't have this with me. We have a couple of the other staff members have been given the opportunity to actually teach, so that's a lot of fun. Nicole, who if you've been watching these for a few weeks now, you might have met her or seen her, relative term. She's going to be teaching a few classes this month. Let's find any of those, because, that happens. She's going to be doing a crystal healing circle, and I believe she's also doing that again in June. And so what that's going to deal with is, again, that's a Friday night. That's going to be May 25th. So it'll be like each month gathering together and going over different crystals and actually working with those healing properties of those crystals. So that'll be very fun. Again, we are really trying to create this group of people who we want to learn and experience from each other and create that community with each other. That's why we do these now. Granted, this week's a little different, but this is why we do these every week, is we want you guys to be able to interact with each other and feel comfortable interacting with us and asking questions, whether it's delving into your personal life a little bit or just dealing with other questions on the metaphysics, because, I'm here every week, so I can always answer those. But our psychics are also people that have been working in these types of communities for years and years and years, so they have amazing and vast amount of knowledge with them. So also Nicole will be teaching these are all like our big new ones that we have coming up. but she'll be teaching an Intro to Shamanic Journeying this month, and that'll be on May 27th. And that's a bigger class. It's a 3-hour class, so that's a little bit longer, and it's a Sunday. So that's a little different, and that'll be dealing with what is journeying, how to do it, and sorry, I'm reading the description because, well, I don't have it memorized, because that happens when you run around and do 6 other things. So it says that the goal of this course is to journey to the lower world and find an ancestor, spirit guide, and power animal. So it's dealing with that kind of thing. We like animals, we like spirits, we like ancestors, we like them all. We just want what knowledge we can bring and what we can learn. Hi to everyone who's saying hi. Yes, good evening. I know it is a little different, but we're here, we're having fun. Trish, I don't know what you mean by did you get eye masks? I didn't get eye masks, but if my eyes looked better, I might have gotten more sleep. I highly doubt it, but I might have. So that might be what's going on, but other than that, I don't know what you mean by eye masks. I mean, I sometimes have like the little gel things that I'll put on, but I haven't bought those in a while. They make people in my house look at me funny because I look silly with them on. But so those are a couple of our new classes coming up in May, and then, like, I think I really should memorize these things. I really should, but we got these in like on Monday, and I haven't had a chance to fully look at it yet. And again, in June we have a lot of new classes. We are always trying to think of some new things to do. So if you guys ever have any ideas on what you want us to teach here at the store, please send us those ideas, because I'm gonna bet we know someone, at least one of us here at the store knows somebody who knows information on that subject and can teach a class on it. So please let us know what you want to learn about, because I don't know, me, I like talking and sharing knowledge. I mean, I talk every week, so if you didn't know I like to talk, there you go, I like to talk. It's fun though. Sorry, I have to do all the work and I don't have someone else here as well. But let's see if my brain can wrap any words around each other and actually speak tonight, because I think I can. I think I can. What is that from? What is that? Ugh. If anyone, please can name, I think I can, or whatever that is that I now have stuck in my head, please, because it's gonna drive me nuts all night, all day, all of it. So one of the things I can also talk about, because, well, again, talking, I'm good at that one, is the reason I work with I can get my words straight, sorry. I only have one other person in the room with me tonight, and, oh, Little Engine That Could, thank you. Got it. Thank you, Jean. I knew someone was gonna get, it's my kid, that's where it's from. It's because of her. But I only have one other person in the room who happens to be sitting on the other side of the camera, so that's where that's from. And if you guys have, hi from California, hi there. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. I will pull a card and give you some insight to the knowledge. I guess I can tell you a little bit about my background then, huh? Because I never talk about my background on here. I always talk about the readers. I've been with Vision Quest for, 4 years. Thank you. Thank you, helper back there. I've been with Vision Quest for 4 years now. I started behind the counter. I now work in the office and all over the store and with the social media. So that's that little background. I was raised with a lot of different backgrounds with my mom, who, again, if you've been with us a couple of weeks now, you will have met my mother, who does I'm saying a lot more tonight than I normally do, I think, and I'm noticing it. But she does our gong meditations here, so she's kind of just shown me a lot of different backgrounds. She always wanted me to have knowledge from many different places that I can kind of pull on and learn to go and find what it is I'm wanting to learn and open up that space for me to feel like I can talk to her about it, and just, you know, if there's something I want to learn about, give me the tools and the, you know, be like, oh, okay, let me help you if I can. So I've spent a lot of time learning a lot of different backgrounds. The background I've kind of stuck to at this point is Thelema, and so that's why partially I deal with the Thoth deck, because that is Aleister Crowley's deck. Let's not even get into the how to pronounce the name. Everyone, tomato. That's all I gotta say about that one. But so I have been working with tarot for, I'm gonna say 8-ish years to be safe, because I don't know. I have taught classes on it. I have worked with my mom on teaching other classes, different types of tarot classes, because again, we like to take multiple backgrounds and kind of squish them all together. And in Thelema, they kind of help with that. They go, here's a bunch of books, read them. So that's a very short and very, very quick background lesson on where I kind of come from with all of it. You know, my mom used to read here, so I have been around readers for practically my whole life. And so it's fun to be here, and it's fun to work with the readers themselves, and it's a whole new experience. If anyone's ever afraid to get a reading, please don't be. Please. It's way too much fun to, like, the readers are never going to be someone that's going to look at you like you're crazy. So that's kind of nice, because they've seen it all, they've heard it all. There's nothing out there that can surprise them anymore. And when you come into your gifts and you want to work on them, you open yourself up in a new way. And so you just are there to help and heal others if that's what it's for. And so coming into it, it's nice. I'm glad you're not afraid. Some people are. I know, I've recently learned that some people I know personally have watched this every week and never said anything to me. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And I think some of the reasons I've never known is because they are a little afraid of, you know, well, I'm putting my life into, you know, I'm bringing up things to people I don't know or someone I even do know. And that can be scary to some people. So I can ramble for hours, like, as you can see. So, you know, we want to create a community where everyone feels safe and secure to share whatever it is to them they want to share. Wow, that was a lot of words. Sorry, this is the part that usually I have someone here. So now that I have finally finished that part, and yes, I could have just handed it to the person behind the camera, but no. I love them, but no. Or I should say I love them and no, because just because I'm not going to give them the power to do this doesn't mean I don't love them. Sorry. Oh, why am I still looking up there? I have this right here. I'm used to other people being here, so like I have to look at my phone to read the question, and I can kind of show them and be able to scroll through them, but they're not coming through as quick tonight. That's fine. That's totally fine. Trust me. Because I do readings, but not usually as often. I can totally give you an outlook. I'm just going to pull a single card. I'm just using the Major Arcana. If you don't know anything about the tarot or whatever, it is the first 22 cards of the deck. Typically, it goes from 0 to 21. So, let's see. Who's Antonio? That's me. Stop giggling back there. Sorry, usually when they giggle behind there, I can, you know, again, I have someone else here, so I can kind of, like, ignore it a little better, but it's the only other sound I have in here tonight. So, Antonio, I pulled the Magus card for you, which is the first in that. And you were saying general outlook on your current home and work life. Typically when the Magus card comes up, it's dealing with, I can get my words out, it's dealing with, I can get my words out again, I promise. Just needing to focus what it is you're wanting to come to fruition. So if there's any situations that have been going around and you're not really sure how to fix them or anything like that, what is it that you're wanting to bring about? Is it you're wanting to end any negative situations that are going on, even remove yourself from the situation? Now's the time to do it, and just focus how you want to do that. And same with kind of the work life of just, if there's a promotion you're wanting to go to or get, go for it, but set it up how you want it to work. So that's a quick with that one. Stephanie. I think the person behind the camera is kind of trying to help me because they keep looking at me and like scrolling through as well because they're on here, and like I think they're trying to tell me when more people are commenting. I can't tell. It's just kind of that look in their eye. So ooh, Stephanie, you got the art card. I love this deck. I love the art in this deck. Haha, funny art. But the way that it looks. So this is just about blending and needing to merge things together. So if there's any, like, pulling together things that might seem like they're on two opposite ends of the spectrum and blending them, because you are the person that can do it. So if it's within your own personal life, you can, you know, say you want more time with your friends or family, and still you have to go to work and all that. You can balance the two. You just have to know what time you want to allow for each one. So it's balance and blending of the things. Don't worry, I have my coffee. It will probably be gone by the end of this. Don't worry, coffee happened. I was dropped off tonight and they were like, I'm gonna go get you your coffee while you go get ready. And I was like, oh, thank you. Because this has to happen before I go on camera. Okay. Misty, hi. You're welcome, Stephanie. Yes, I am going solo, by the way, too, for the coffee comment. And yes, it is terrifying, but hey, we do what we gotta do, right? We make it work. We make it work. So, Misty, let's see what we got for you, dear. Okay. See, I like when these kinds of cards come up, not in like a creepy or bad way, but the card that came up was Death. And when this card comes up, it's a major transformation. Things need to end, and from it, rebirth can happen. So it's time to end negative things that are going on, end the things that aren't beneficial to your greater good and your will, and then you can become who it is you're wanting to become and do the things that will truly make you happier. So, Misty, I know it's a scary card. A lot of people don't like to get this one, but it's really just more so it's time to be reborn. So end the things that aren't benefiting you. Walk away from them. No matter how difficult they are, it will suck, but you will get there in the end. Suzanne. Yeah, see, coffee. It'll be gone. Hi, Suzanne, by the way. So anything about work? Let's see. I am only pulling one card, but I know my cards. I know my cards pretty well. The Emperor. So you got the Emperor when it comes to work. So this is dealing with, when I see this card specifically in a work-related sense, it's saying to me more so the idea of becoming your own boss, becoming that top tier. I don't know what was just mouthed at me over there, but it made me giggle for some reason. So it's like that's the high and the mighty. That's the top tier over there. So you have the power within you to be your own boss and do these things, but just don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to go for it. There's, things out there for you. Just gotta take it. I was gonna say a very, very cheesy line there for a second, but take the opportunities presented to you, and you will get to where you're wanting to be. Okay, let's see what we have here. Parissa. Let's just go on my whole, I might mispronounce names. I'm really sorry if I do. If I do, please forgive me. I'm going to try my best to not mess them up too bad. This coming from the girl who had a guy's name her whole life, and only half the people ever get it right. Spelling and pronouncing, so yeah. Okay, Parissa, let's see what we got. A love card. Let's see what we can get on love for you. The Aeon. So I'm gonna keep showing you guys the cards because I love the artwork. So I'm sorry if you don't like it too much, but that's what we're getting tonight. So with the Aeon, when we're thinking about the major arcana, and the way that I kind of deal with it's that travel through the universe thing. So when we're talking about love, it's the Aeon is right before the universe. And that is coming like to the head of just everything coming to fall into place. Like you have to trust a little bit more. And you've put yourself out there, and if you haven't, you need to now. Now is the time to do it, because it's sitting there, it's waiting. Put yourself out there. If there's someone you already have your eye on, go for it, because they're up there, they're like, hi, we've laid it all out for you. Why haven't you taken hold of it yet? So you're in that sense right before just kind of letting go and going for it. So you're just on the precipice there. I know my words. I know my words. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Eunice. Again. Copy. I don't even know what time we're at now at this point. I just keep scrolling through and, oh wow. Excuse me. I was more afraid that I'd be at like 10 minutes and be like, okay, I'm running away now. So thank you guys for being here and sticking with me tonight, because, well, we're still here and we're still going at it. We're going to go as long as we can. Well, okay, we're going to go up to our marker, and that's about it, unfortunately. Because even though I don't have a reader, I still got stuff to do at home. So, Eunice, let's see what we get for you. Oh, you got the star. The star is one of my absolute favorite cards. And I mean, you look at it and she's reaching up. She's in this beautiful position, this beautiful woman. And it's just like she's exalted in herself and in the starlight. So it's bringing this beauty to herself that she deserves in her own right. And just letting it fill her up, and then giving it back out into the world and to the people she cares for. And with these cards, part of the reason I love them so much is it deals with astrology and Hebrew as well. I'm not even going to act like I remember any of my Hebrew knowledge right now. Let's just act like I didn't even mention that one. But it deals with Aquarius as well. So it's this airy nature. And so yeah, it's just taking the joy that's going on around you and letting that fill you up and using that as your power to go forward. So yeah. Sorry, man, I'm telling you, I can ramble about these things. I love these cards. And I do love reading for people. It is fun, even though it is scary sometimes. The main reason I'm only pulling one card tonight, guys, just so I can say it, is I'm not one of our readers here. I work behind the counter in the office, social media. I do all that stuff. So I'm not one of our readers, even though I do them for friends and family and stuff, and I know how to do them. That's not my day job. I have so much respect for the people that can sit there for 8 hours a day, every day of the week, or even 2 days of the week, even one. I don't care. If you can sit there for 8 hours straight, being an open channel for God knows how many people, respect, please. Like, I don't know how you do it. Like, I can make it through an hour. That's about it. But let's see, Mary. Let's see what we can get for you, Mary. Well, I mean, this one I would say kind of like says it for itself. Fortune. I thought it was called something else too. I can't remember what the other name of it is. Crowley changed a couple names on his cards. So that's why I'm like, there's another name there, but I can't think of what it is now. I could look it up, but who knows? So Fortune, it like that really does say it for itself. You have a lot coming in right now, so just wait a little bit longer, and it'll all be coming in, and you'll notice it more. So yeah. One thing I'll just point out, because I'm me and I point these things out, is first of all, these are really big, so they're hard to shuffle normally. Second of all, I'm using the Major Arcana, but typically when I read, I don't actually, I'll actually go through and put all my cards facing the same direction. The Death card again. Because in my opinion, if you're reading tarot, again, this is my opinion, this is not an across the board thing, the card can mean whatever it means, whether it's facing up or inverted. So even if it's facing up, the reader could look at it and be like, it's facing up, but it's more so talking about the negative side to the card. So you'll see that all my cards do face the same way. Every time I flip them, they'll look the same way. I have had it happen where when doing a reading, I've been shuffling and I will have gone through all my cards beforehand and they've all been facing the same way, and then I go to actually lay out the cards and one of them will be inverted, and I'm like, okay, that one I'll look into. Let's see what's going on with that specifically. But then again, from that moment, I'll kind of exaggerate on that one point of the reading. Other Suzanne, because apparently now we have two Suzannes. What kind of pizza did you get? I want to know, because now I want pizza. This is what happens. They leave me alone, and I'm going to, read all the silly comments about, food and my coffee and things like that, and then I'm going to get weird looks. If you haven't pieced together yet that the person that's sitting behind the camera is actually my husband, who comes and presses play for me, or live, that's my husband sitting back there, so that's why I get to keep kind of laughing at him. But yeah, see, I'm not the only one that said pizza though. Eunice commented saying, pizza, I want a slice. So I'm not the only one. Pizza is amazing, guys. As I say that to my lactose intolerant husband. Again, why do they leave me alone here? Because this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to talk about the fact that I'm not alone in the room, because it'd be weirder if I was just like, no one's here. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I keep going on about other things. I have seen a couple of questions about health. I don't look into health. I would be more than happy to pull a card just on general for you. But one, I'm not one of our psychic readers. Two, I'm not medically intuitive. And three, in my opinion, if there is something bugging you enough to especially ask me on your health, please go and ask a doctor, even if it's like running to the urgent care. But that's like mom mode for me, going, please just go to the doctor. But again, mom mode. So unfortunately I won't pull specifically on health, but I would more than, like, if you're still cool with me pulling a card, I would more than be happy to do that for you. Okay, Andrea. Let's see what we can get for you. And again, we're going to go back to the fact of, if I mispronounce anyone's name, I'm really sorry. Oh, we have the Magus again. So, again, this is, you know, sorry, awkward, weird silence there. I'm good at those. Yay, I'm glad I said your name right. This is why it's bad. I have two different sides to the conversation going on. I have comments up here, I have comments down here, but I can't scroll up there, so gotta have this one. See, with you, when I pull this card, I'm gonna go off intuition a little bit here too. Like, I don't want to just kind of repeat the same thing, because it's not the same thing. You're different people. It just kind of feels like you've just started a new journey. And so this is really stepping foot into yourself within this journey. Because, as I had said, the major arcana for me is going through that. The Fool, a lot of times, will represent the person, the first person. And the Magus is the second card. So, with this, it's saying to me a lot more of, you've just started this new journey. You're finding out more about yourself. You're stepping into your own skin a little bit more. So explore that, take that on, see what it has going for you. And a little bit with like communication as well. So, you know, learning how to speak to others about things you might want to talk about. So yeah, there's that one for you. Okay, now I'm curious because I see something about like aspirin and stuff. Now I gotta like skip down and find out what's going on that I'm like not caught up on. Ooh, white sauce. Oh, white sauce is so good though. Try white sauce pizza. I had it the other day. So good. But yeah. Oh, you were saying aspirin for my husband. No, like, he can't even take Lactaid. Like, that really doesn't work. Like, lactose intolerant. Seriously, lactose intolerant. I can catch up, man. And now I've lost where I was. So if I've missed anyone because I lost where I was myself, I'm really sorry. I'm going to say Suzanne, not the one I read for earlier, and see if we can figure out which one I'm talking about. Just because I don't want to give away last names. That, I mean, granted, you're all looking at each other's comments. Still, I don't know. I don't want to give away last names. I'm weird. What can I say? So, not the Suzanne I first read for, but the other one. Let's see what we can get for you. You can sit there and laugh at me all you want. I'm going to stick by the few things I'm going to stick by, okay? Okay. Again, fortune. Yeah, again, some of them on my show, some of them I don't know. We'll just see how I get tonight. So this one, again, it's dealing with you. It's sitting right there for you. Like, you have these ideas, you have these opportunities right there for you. Why aren't you taking them? Why aren't you acting on them? That would be my normal response, but it's time. Take the chance, go for it, be alone on a live video. You never know what can happen. But you have these opportunities ready to present themselves, so go take them. They will benefit you in the long run, even when times seem hard. Ha. Oh, I know what you're saying. Okay. What's funny is I had just gotten to that too. Okay. Well, I was going to say I'm going to pull this for Hector, but you're going to get a second card because one flew out at me. So, because I wasn't quite to the point where I was saying when I was pulling. So, again, the Magus, you've made some changes. You need to just kind of, like, even if you haven't physically enacted the changes, it's time to start. Because the Chariot, it's motion, it's water, it's emotion, it's all of it rolled into one. The Chariot, by the way, just random fact, because this is my absolute favorite card, but that's because it's the Cancer card, like as in the sign Cancer. That, yeah. But so for you specifically, it's dealing with you've made some decisions, now it's time to actually act on them. And if you haven't, if you think you haven't made the decisions, I'm gonna say that you really have. You're just not quite admitting it yet. So act on those decisions. It will be beneficial. It will be difficult, but don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the unknown. Mel, I will not be going live tomorrow night. I was gonna say I'm not, but I mean, we've actually been working on different times for us to go live, just about different things. The Third Eye Thursday is going to be the time for us to, we will always be live. I'm not gonna say that. We will be live as much as possible on Thursday nights at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We have been talking about different times that we will be going live, but I don't think any of the other times will ever be planned because there's a lot of people here. So planning it out is difficult. But we will be live as much as possible on Thursday nights, and most of the time I will have a reader with me. Next week will be another exception. I know, I'm sorry, we're gonna have 2 weeks in a row. Well, I mean, you guys are getting readings this week, so like we just won't have one of our readers. Next week we will have someone else with us. We will have one of our teachers who teaches a lot of our classes here, Apollo. So he will be with us next week, and we'll be going over just kind of all the stuff going on, and he'll have some words of wisdom for you guys. Just a random fact there. Okay. Now we have Susie, who we're going to pull a card for. Let's see if I can actually shuffle these. They're really big cards. I don't... Haha! I survived one shuffle. Let's see. Can we get two? Can we get two? Oh my god, we got two. I'm not chancing a third. Nope. So, Susie. The Devil. Again, the cards don't scare me, so I hope they don't scare you when you get things that are a scarier sound. The first thing I got actually when I pulled this though is negative thoughts. So worrying on things and creating that space around yourself where, not to the point of like making it worse than it really is, but kind of creating a little bit of a downward spiral for yourself. When sometimes the thoughts, give thoughts the time of day, give emotions the time of day, let those things happen, but don't let them consume you. So that was the first thing I got when I saw it for you, is just It's a more so of an internal thing of don't let fears control you and drag you down, basically. Now I have another song stuck in my head. And yes, if you heard the last few words I said and know anything of the pop music nowadays, you probably know the song that is now stuck in my head. Oh my god, we're actually catching up a little bit here. Eunice, if any of these messages resonate with anyone, they can keep it. I'm doing a lot more of a general tonight. I mean, for some of it, it is definitely, maybe a little bit more directed towards someone specific. I've talked about this a couple of times now, but if something resonates with you, whether it be tonight or any other night that we have a reader here, if it resonates with you, there might be a little bit of a reason. There might be little things that change that might make it more specific to one person. But if general things that come about and you're like, oh, well, maybe I should listen to that intuition for it then. Keep it, listen to it, see, it's what happens. It's what happens. Especially when there's so many people. I mean, you're not all here. I can't completely feel all your energy. It happens, but there's still a lot of people, and whether myself or another psychic, we still have to be open enough for any kind of message to come through, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, just wanted to comment on that one. Maria, let's see. Almost came out, but I don't know what card it was. The Empress. I really wish I didn't have these lights almost, because this is one of the most beautiful decks I own, and the lights do glare on it a little bit, but the other ones would be way worse. We don't have the fluorescence on, if you didn't know that already. So Maria, with the Empress card, when I first saw this one, not when I just first see this one, when I first saw this one for you, it was in that odd way of that saying of behind a powerful man is a powerful woman type of thing. It's a lot of, she is that person behind typically what would be the emperor or something. So it's being that almost you're a quiet voice in the background of reason and knowledge. So speak up with that a little more. Use that to your advantage, so to say, a little bit more, because you have that power and that knowledge. So yeah, there's that one. Okay. Wow. Okay. Eunice, we want a card for the kids. Let's see. I remember being in school, and I think I was in, I have to think about what it looked like, but it was elementary school. I must have been in 3rd grade, having a Cinco de Mayo. If you say anything about how I just said that, I heard it in your head. Sorry, my husband speaks Spanish, so he hears me say that, and he's like, oh my god, you sound so white. I heard it in his head. I can hear that thought. But no, I remember having that just festivities, basically. We just walked around, a bunch of kids got out of class, and some put on performances and stuff, and it was a lot of fun. But let's see about your students. Let's look. Don't let them cause too much trouble. It is fun. It is, it's always great when you get to kind of be the center of attention, but don't let them, not that they would actually want to cause the trouble. It's that excitement of, oh my god, I have, like, they have this opportunity to kind of be kids and have fun. Just, you stand your ground with them because you have that power, and, let them know what is allowed and isn't, and everything will go smoothly if those things are done. Okay. Brenda. Why can I not think of where that's from? Nothing. Brenda, let's see. The Hermit. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, so the Hermit. This is dealing with don't seclude yourself too much. You don't pull away too much from people around you that want to help. They're there for you, and just who you can trust and who's there for you. Reach out to them. It'll, there's nothing wrong with that, and they, you trust them for a reason. So don't pull yourself away from everybody. I understand pulling away a little bit, but all within reason. All within reason. Wow, okay. For some reason my phone jumped all the way down to the bottom. Energy, I can definitely pull a card for you, but I'm not doing a full-on reading tonight. So that is going to be a little different than most nights. But let's see what we can get. And with time, for me, sometimes, it's a little different when I'm using just the trumps versus, the full deck when it comes to timelines. But let's see what I can get. So, if you have a timeline in your head already, it's going to take longer than you're wanting. You're gonna have to make some compromises. I can't speak. I was looking at adjustment, which is the name of the second card, so that's why my brain put compromise and adjust. I give up. I give up with saying those words. You're gonna have to make some compromises for what you want versus what's practical, and find a way to marry the two together. Once that kind of happens, you'll be able to, it'll go much smoother. Still don't quite have a timeline, but I think it's going to be longer than you're expecting. That's the best I can kind of do on that one. For tonight, with what I'm kind of seeing here. Have a drink. Yes, I would love to have a drink. Not only of my coffee. All I have is my coffee. I swear it's only coffee. But, well, that actually went by much quicker. And then I'm going to choke on my drink, too. But, thank you guys for all being here with me tonight and sticking with us during this little bit of a different kind of week. I do like doing this. I like being here with you guys. It's a lot of fun, even when life is hectic and crazy. If any of you do live, in the general vicinity of the store and, are curious about the classes that are coming up or seeing any of our readers here, please, you can always call us at 480-949-1888, 1888, or you can, come into the store and ask whatever questions you want from the counter. Like if you have questions about how to work with any of the tools you have, you can always ask the counter staff. If you're looking for anything specific in the store, or if it's your first time with one of our readers, our counter staff really knows our readers, and they all have amazing gifts as well, so they can really help kind of connect with you and get you to someone that's going to hopefully work the best with you. But you can always just come on in I can speak, 3114 East Indian School Road. And again, since I'm by myself, I'm going to boost myself a little bit more. If you like herbs and want to learn more about them, I'll be teaching. If you want to know more about connecting with, I'll be teaching that on May 18th. I can finish a complete thought. If you want to learn more about like working with the healing energies of crystals, you can come in and see Nicole on May 25th. We have some other classes going on throughout the month. I'll be posting about them here. Andrea, you're very welcome. Everyone, you're very welcome. I hope it rung true with you guys. I hope I wasn't too far off base. I haven't done readings in a while, but it is a lot of fun. I love being here with you guys. You know, we are a community. We want to help and connect with each other. So yeah, we hope to hear from you guys, see from you guys. What card can you pull? I can actually do that real quick. Yeah, what card can you pull for the group here to help us with the moon energy? You mean the last moon wasn't crazy enough for you? Really? Sorry, bad joke. We all came into work on Monday and we were like, oh my God, I feel like everything's just in chaos. But I can do that just kind of for everyone, something to kind of look out for with the energy going on out there and the full moon, new moon. We're going into a new moon, not a full moon. I know what phase of the moon we are in. I don't, but hey, we do our best, right? I'm going to pull a few because that's what I started doing. So we have the Lovers, the Hanged Man, and the Sun. So for some people, not only people who are in relationships, but just with some people, if there's been rockiness in any kind of relationships, now's the time that it's going to kind of come together. And if there's been any questions about what those relationships are, it's going to come together. Do not, beat anyone, go into their, I'm going to say dark place, but I don't mean dark place. It's for lack of any better term than that. But this just says, everything has been kind of hectic so far this year. Don't let it get the best of you. And then once we finally get out of the hecticness of the new moon coming up, it is time for new beginnings. So we have the Sun bringing all that in for us. And this is the time to think about what it is you want to bring into fruition and start acting on it. And we're out of retrograde, Mercury retrograde. So you're good. You should be good with saying how you want things to happen and what you're doing and what you want to happen. So yeah, that's what we have there. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight. I know it was a little different. Next week will still be a little different. But in the next couple of weeks, we will be having another one of our psychic readers here at the store here with me doing readings for you guys. But please check in next week if that be your will. And thank you again for being here. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. And yeah, see you next week.